Well, we got some pretty big news today. Some expected and some that came completely out of the blue. However, for the time being, we're going to focus on something else, and it's the third battle against Barry. Yeah, because we have to get that out of the way first. As you can see, I sent Togetic in the lead because Barry leads with Staravia, which has Intimidate, and I don't really want to have to deal with Intimidate on my Torterra the whole way through that, and I'm probably going to try and soften up that Staravia a little bit before I actually start attacking it. Torterra can't do it, but Togetic has Charm, which is perfect for the job. So let's get started on Barry battle number 3. So as I said, he's leading with Staravia. So I'm sending out Togetic to absorb the inevitable Intimidate. And after that I'm going to start off with Charm. Oh god! Bad idea! He's setting up on me! He's using my Togetic as setup fodder! Well, I guess one Charm will do, but I'm not going to try and lower its attack anymore. I'm sending out Torterra right now before it gets any worse. So, let's see now, what's it gonna do? Double team again. Oh god. So now I have a 60% chance of hitting off the top of my head. Let's try Bite. Yeah, now how much damage is it gonna do? A one-hit kill! Oh wow! Well, that was pretty close. That Charm wasn't needed though, but there was really no way of knowing that. So I got off pretty good here. So Earthquake on Monferno, and I'm going first. Even I expected Monferno to go first, though I have such a huge level advantage that it sort of compensates. And his fire monkey's dead! Oh yeah, I really wanted to say that again. I missed my chance during the second battle, but now hopefully I'm making up for it. So Buizel, I think everyone knows what's gonna happen to this guy. Well, there was a 5% chance of me missing, and of him actually attacking. I don't know if it knows Ice Fang by that point. Maybe not. I never used Buizel or Floatzel, so I wouldn't know myself. Roselia, well, I'm gonna off it off with Bite, I guess, since there's no real need to go overboard with Earthquake. And yeah, I was about to say that if Poison Point was triggered, if it even has Poison Point, the Pokemon Center was nearby. So Barry just lost for the third time. Wah! Crimea River! Surefire winning strategy doesn't work. See? I told you! This strategy sounds good in theory, but it doesn't work at all in practice because your opponent's gonna try to do exactly the same thing. So, of course, there can only be one winner, and in that case, it's the one with the highest levels. Me! So, yeah. You'll be shocked by my growth. I really hope that's not an ambiguously gay line here, else I'm gonna be creeped out like you wouldn't believe. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay, it's just that in this particular scenario, it's sort of uncalled for. So, the moment you've all been expecting, because God knows for a boss battle, Barry was pitifully easy as usual. Which reminds me, oops, I made a little blunder here. I kept Togetic in the lead, though that didn't happen for nothing because it just gave me the idea that since the Soothe Bell, which I already removed, isn't going to be needed anymore, I can give it the experience share so that it can start building him on experience for when it'll be actually called to fight later on in the game. So, in the actual news department, we have the name of the Generation 5 starters. Sutarja becomes Snivy. Not bad. Snide, Ivy. No, Snake and Ivy with a hint of Snide in between. So yeah, as you can see, it's a pretty solid name all around. Pokaboo becomes Tepig. Cue obvious Tepig joke here. And it's okay. Could be better, but I'm gonna get used to it. And that's my message to everyone who's complaining about the names. You're gonna get used to it. Give it a week, even less, and you're not going to mind the names at all. I promise. It happened every single time English names were revealed, we got, wah, wah, this name sucks, wah! And what happened? 4 years later, nobody's complaining about Generation 4 names anymore. Even Chatot. Some people said that they wouldn't buy the game because Chatot's name sucked. Guess who bought the game? Those people. And they're not complaining about Chatot anymore. And now, as I said I would do, I'm just going to get Torterra back in the lead and then give the experience share to Togetic, since, well, Torterra doesn't need the experience that much anyway, it's already level 44. And yeah, I had one more name left. Mijumaru becomes Oshawott, or as I like to call it, wait, what? Yeah, because Oshawott, it's clearly the oddball of the bunch, just like Piplup. Even more so than Piplup, in fact. Oshawott, what is it supposed to mean? I mean, the "ot" at the end is obviously for otter, but Oshawott? Is it as like in Oshawa, Ontario? Somehow I doubt that, but, yeah, if any of you are from Oshawa, then, you can dream that you just got a Pokemon named after you. And I'm trying to figure out what it's supposed to mean, but I'm drawing a complete blank here. Anyway, this guy here gives me the good rod, which is superfluous since it's not going to get used at all in this LP. None of my team members are going to be fished out of the sea, especially not Feebas, since it's even harder to get in Diamond and Pearl and Platinum than it did in Generation 3, and did I just say no and he's giving me the answer anyway? God damn it. Unless I didn't read it, it's one of those cases where no is first and yes is second. You know, like Kaepora Gaebora. And this guy, well, he's not as annoying as Kaepora Gaebora, but if he really pulled that stupid owl's trick on me, well, I'm gonna have to rewatch that video because I'm really not sure if he did that or not. Anyway, news that no one expected. The issue region actually changes names between languages. No other region ever had a name change between languages. Well, Hoenn and Sinnoh, well, the spelling was changed slightly, but nothing radical. Johto and Kanto remain the absolute same, but Issue becomes Unova. Uno for, well, one, and Nova because of, you know, the new factor. So because it's essentially the first region in a whole new area of the Pokemon world map, whatever the Pokemon world map looks like, because we don't have any indication of where each region is compared to the other, or even real-world locations like Lieutenant Surge's America, or the South America that I referred to before that Mew was discovered in. And, by the way, yes, I did go with Metronome on Togetic just for kicks, even though, yeah, I wasn't expecting too much, but I was expecting something that might do something. Sweet Sand did not do anything at all, so I guess the joke is on me. So, yeah, Unova, well, it's gonna take a while getting used to, but I'm not complaining. After all, as I said, it's actually got some sort of meaning as far as region names go, as I said before, unlike the previous four, which were just, well, actually, that's not quite true. I think Kanto is a reference to something in the geography of real-life Japan, so you could, but Johto, Hoenn, and Sinnoh, I think that just came out of the game designer's head. I'm not going to say their asses, because they actually sound fairly credible as far as region names go. So yeah, that's my opinion on the news we learned today, and if you were hoping for an overly negative reaction that would have you rolling on the floor in laughter, well, you came to the wrong place, because this is really my honest opinion. It's okay, and whatever I find just, well, okay, I admit that it's gonna grow on me, and in a matter of weeks, it won't matter anymore. So there we go, that's all I have to say on the matter. Now, I have to share a little story with you that makes me believe that maybe, well, we all know how little of an attention span some of my viewers have, well, I have a funny story as far as that goes. You know, I was finishing up Ranger 3 this weekend, and I had trouble finding a Togekiss and a Honchkrow for Murph's contest side quest. And I went to look on the internet to see where the heck I could find them, because I was really having trouble. And the problems that most people had when it came to finding them were twofold. They had trouble finding them, and once they found them, they couldn't get to them because they didn't charge up their Latios's Ranger sign. So a lot of people actually didn't realize you could charge up Ranger signs, even though the game explicitly tells you at one point when you learn to charge up your Styler, you can charge up Ranger signs from that point on. So basically what happens is that for the legendary dog signs, wild Pokemon run away from the legendary dogs. When you charge up Latios's sign, Latios goes faster, and when you charge up the sign of a Pokemon that you use in battle, that Pokemon does a lot more damage in battle. I especially recommend using it on the Typhlosion sign, which is obtained after beating Blue Eye's Typhlosion in the submarine. I hope I got it right. I hope it's really in the submarine. But anyway, once you beat the Typhlosion, you can use the Ranger sign that's on Cerebi for Typhlosion, since it's not found in the game, to actually call up Typhlosion, charge up that Ranger sign, and you're going to unleash carnage on your opponent. Now, I think those joggers here, you can fight them in the morning, but since I don't LP much in the morning, if at all, well, maybe if I get lucky, I'm going to show you those fights, but don't count on it. Anyway, this place here is where you put the odd keystone that you found earlier. And what you need to do to get Spiritomb, well, the first step is sticking an odd keystone in there, but that's only the easy part. The hard part is actually, well, you need a friend in real life that plays Pokemon, and you need lots of free time, both of you. So what you need to do is to talk to 32 people in the underground, not counting the hikers that sell you items. So there's a little trick so that you only need you and a friend, and it's that you go in and out of the underground every time you talk to your friend, and it counts as a different person each time. So once you've done that 32 times, you can come back here and you're going to fight a wild Spiritomb. And Spiritomb, by the way, is extremely handy for capturing a Zelf, but I'll get into that later on, probably when I get around to catching a Zelf in this LP myself. So, just to finish my story, this got me thinking, this whole charging Ranger signs, because those people were either completely unaware that they could charge up their Ranger signs, and someone even said that without the strategy guide, they wouldn't know it at all. Even though the game... Oh, crunch for Torterra! Well, I'm not going to decline that. There we go. Bite is gone, and here comes crunch. So, yeah, the game actually tells you. So, yeah, maybe it's just that this pathetic attention span is the result of being a Pokemon fan, but yeah, this was just a funny story that I wanted to share, since I can sort of relate to that with all the people that ask me questions that I answered 2 videos ago, or even funnier, some doofus managed to tell me that, hey, did you know you can get an Eevee from Bebe in the exact same video where I got the Eevee from Bebe? All that in an obviously failed attempt to get the first comment, but he looked like a complete dumbass. And by the way, remember a few videos ago when I said that from now on, anyone who would ask me whether this is a Torterra solo run or not would get the answer, yes, this is a Torterra solo run? Well, a lot of you have noticed, but I actually did that in the last double program that I did. So, yeah, I got a lot of thumbs up for that one. Thank you very much. I'm thankful that you appreciated the joke. And, okay. Oh, a Chansey! Well, that's not quite as rare a sight as you'd imagine in this particular game. But, so yeah, I'm gonna kill it, which means pathetically slow-mo HP loss. And after that, that's gonna be it for today. So next time, Pokemon Platinum, we're going to get into Redneck Central, Solaceon City, which is thankfully much smaller than Heart Home.